Okay, so this is what I call a fixed slider. This is probably my second favorite way to fish a extra bait on a rod or a slider. I'm going to start by letting this out again, the bottom bait. So I got about 12 feet out. You can put this as long as you want, but for illustration, we're going to go about 12 feet. Send this down 10 feet. We're going to loosen this up. We're going to bring the rod back. I'm going to catch this while everything's under tension. I'm actually going to set this right on my reel handle to let that hold the line for me. And you've been focusing on this. This is a fixed slider. This is an offshore release. It's orange, but these are the remnants of my artwork. This was black nail polish. I don't like the bright orange being in the water, so I usually touch these up with black paint or black nail polish. Dreamweaver #2 snap swivel on one end, DW snap swivel on the other end, and about an 8 to 10 foot piece of 20-pound fluorocarbon. So that's our rig right here, and I'll show you how to set it. We're going to take the offshore release and the snap swivel. We're going to pull it off the reel handle right here. We're going to set this, snap it, and we're going to take the pinch pad. Basically, we're going to grab the line taut with that. I'm going to set it in there about 80%. So that's a fixed or pinned slider. So when a fish hits it, it's really not supposed to pull that off unless it's a really good fish. So we're going to let that go back out. We're going to grab our super slim pink back spoon, which is going to be targeting steelhead. We're going to lob that out. We're going to make sure that the hooks are not fouled up. We're going to put a little tension on the rod. So you can see it's fixed right there. There's the spoon about 8 foot behind it. And set the tension on the reel, and we're going to bomb that down to, again, about 45 to 50 feet. So we've got a bait at 45 down, and we've got one pinned about 10 or 11 feet above it. So the nice thing about fixed sliders is if a fish hits that, okay, it's really just going to start pounding the rod tip like this because it's pinned, it won't release, versus a slider, which will give you a lot of slack and you got a lot of reeling to do. A lot of times the fish will just pin this like this, and all you got to do is grab the rod and pop it off and reel up, and it's game on. So the only drawback of this fixed slider fishing is when you hook a fish up. Now we don't have a fish on now, but I'm going to act like I've got a fish hooked up. I'm going to hand it to the angler. Okay, he's going to reel, and I got to tell him go back, go back, go back, go back, and I got to time this right so that I can release this while the fish is still on there. So that is the only bad thing. And if these start to swivel up the line, which they will, it'll go around it. You got to grab this end, and it'll untwirl, okay, and pull it off. The only drawback is you've got coordination between myself, the angler, and the fish has to cooperate to get this off, or else the angler, go ahead and reel, will jam this right into the tip, and he cannot reel anymore. So there's got to be some communication and teamwork in the back. So I could either do one of two things when that fish is coming in, and if he's not on the slider and he's on the bottom bait, I could simply just break that off and let it slide down, and the angler will continue to reel. That's usually what we do. That's the quickest way to release that pin slider from the bottom bait.